Hello friends, today we are going to discuss part 2 of chapter 5 Lines and Angles of class 7 Maths. In this part 2 of Lines and Angle, we will discuss about transversal, angle made by transversal, pair of angles made by transversal of parallel lines. Let us start this part with one task. Jacob measures the angle formed by a post and the railing to be 65 degrees. After he fixes the railing, he will need to check to make sure his angles are correct. Explain how you know without measuring what each angle should be. The solution of this task will you get at last, and you find all the angles A, B, C, D, E, F, G after seeing this video. In this part, let us see first the definition of parallel line. Parallel lines are two or more lines that do not intersect, means they do not cross each other, that are called parallel lines. Next we see the transversal. So what is meant by transversal? A transversal is a line that intersects two or more lines, whether they are parallel or not. The line which intersect any two lines or more than two lines, that is called transversal. Here the blue line which intersect these two black lines is called as transversal. Now we take the part angle made by transversal. The transversal when intersect two or more lines, some angles are made by this transversal. That angles are interior angles, exterior angles, vertically opposite angles, pair of corresponding angles, pair of alternate interior angles, pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal. We will discuss one by one. Here angles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 are angles made by transversal. When these transversal intersect any two lines, here some angles are interior and some angles are exterior part of transversal. So angles 2, 4, 5 and 6 are interior angles. Angle 1, angle 3, angle 8 and angle 7 are exterior angles. And angle 1 and 4, angle 2 and 3, angle 5 and 7, angle 6 and 8 are vertically opposite angles. Then pair of corresponding angles are angle 1 and angle 5, angle 3 and angle 6, angle 2 and angle 8, angle 4 and angle 7. Then pair of alternate interior angles are angle 2 and angle 6, angle 4 and angle 5. And last, pair of interior angles on the same side of transversals are angle 2 and angle 5, angle 4 and angle 6. Let us start with vertically opposite angles. Here the measure of angle 3 is equal to measure of angle 2. Hence angle 3 congruent to angle 2. Again see measure of angle 6 is equal to measure of angle 8. So angle 6 and angle 8 are vertically opposite angles. Also measure of angle 1 is equal to measure of angle 4. So angle 1 and angle 4 also vertically opposite angle because these two angles are equal. Similarly, measure of angle 5 is same as measure of angle 7. So angle 5 and angle 7 are congruent, and they are vertically opposite angles. So vertically opposite angles are always congruent. For identifying corresponding angles, remember English alphabet F. Here, consider these two lines of F are parallel lines, and this is horizontal line, it is a transversal, and the angle between this transversal and these two lines are corresponding angle. So the remember corresponding angles are always between these two lines and this transversal of English alphabet F. Let us see the pair of corresponding angles when transversal intersect two parallel lines. Here angle 1 and angle 5 makes the F. So angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles, and measure of angle 1 and measure of angle 5 are always equal. So angle 1 and angle 5 are congruent. Same as measure of angle 3 and measure of angle 6 are same, and they make inverse F, so they are corresponding angles. Likewise, measure of angle 2 and measure of angle 8 are equal, so angle 2 and angle 8 are corresponding angles and they are congruent. Similarly, measure of angle 4 is equal to measure of angle 7 because both angles makes English alphabet F. So angle 4 and angle 7 are corresponding angles and they are congruent. So when the lines are parallel and cut by a transversal, then the corresponding angles are congruent. To identify the alternate interior angles, remember English alphabet Z. Suppose these two lines are parallel and this line is a transversal, then angles, this angle and these angles are called alternate interior angles. Here angle 5 and angle 4 form Z, and measure of these two angles are equal, so angle 5 and angle 4 are alternate interior angles and they are congruent. Similarly, angle 2 and angle 6 are form Z, and measure of these two angles are equal, so angle 2 and angle 6 are alternate angles and they are congruent. Hence, when the lines are parallel and cut by a transversal, then the alternate interior angles are congruent. The next pair of angle is pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal. Means the interior part and one side of the transversal are interior angles. Here angle 2 and angle 5 are interior angles on the same side of transversal. So angle 2 and 5 are interior angles and their sum is always 180 degree, means they are supplementary. The sum of measure of angle 2 and angle 5 is 180 degree, means these two angles are supplementary. So the sum of interior angles on the same side of transversal are always supplementary to each other. Similarly, angle 4 and angle 6 are interior angles on the same side of transversal, and when we add the measures of these two angles we get 180 degree. That is, measure of angle 4 and measure of angle 6, when we added we get 180 degree, means angle 4 is supplementary to angle 6. So when the lines are parallel and cut by a transversal, then each pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary, that is, sum of their measure is 180 degree. So in this part we learned that when lines are parallel and cut by a transversal, vertical angles are always congruent, corresponding angles are congruent. Remember, for corresponding angles, English alphabet F. Then alternate interior angles are congruent. So to identify alternate interior angles, remember English alphabet Z. And last, sum of interior angles on same side of transversal is 180 degree. Here is the solution of our given task. So angle A is 115 degree, angle C is 65 degree, angle D is 65 degree because it is corresponding angle to 65 degree. Angle C is alternate angles of angle D. Angle E is 115 degree because it is correspond alternate angle of angle A, and angle Z is also 65 degree. Angle B is 115 degree. So this is the solution. Thanks.